up?
Yes.
All right, both are recording, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Specifically Random Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And I am Jonathan Longo.
And I'm Jair Monares.
We got the lighting situation fixed, and well, not really. We need cameras, ideally, and a better background. But you know, we're just starting here, so we'll see how it goes.
We're barely a year in.
A year in.
Yeah, I think it's almost gonna be a year.
Yeah, maybe, but we barely make any episodes. So.
Yeah.
All right. As normal, Jair brings the topics. Although I think I have one topic today, but
fuck yeah,
nothing too serious.
Controversial?
Nah, yeah. But we will see how it goes here.
Yes, sir. How's your weekend, Tina? How's your week?
My week?
Did you slap anybody?
Nah. No, it was good, dude. Nothing bad. We ended with the field trip because
you had a field trip?
Yeah.
Where to?
We went to. That's Jair's phone vibrating.
Sorry about
that. We went
that.
to the Natural History Museum over there in LA by the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, and it's spring break now, so we got a week. We got a week off, so we'll see how it goes there. But yeah, I'm a little sunburned right now. Although you can't see in the camera, but my forehead's fucking red.
Oh yeah, I just realized.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good, dude. Nothing too serious. How was your week?
It was good. Working, busy. I've actually been working a lot.
Where you working at now? You said?
Well, I went back to my old job, like in Chino, where I used to work, and it's cool, dude. I learned to actually enjoy it.
Why? What?
And stop fucking around so much.
What didn't you enjoy before?
Well, I think, not that I didn't enjoy it, but I think I would fuck around so much, and the fact that, I mean, for obvious reasons, you can't fuck around so much in a job. So I would get in trouble often because of that. And I always thought they were the problem, but I was like, damn, I think I'm the problem.
Like you're like maturing, so you understand. Okay.
So I'm like, damn, I kind of got to fucking, you know, because I mean, I got the skills like I'm machining and shit like that, but I was just fucking around too much. Yeah. And then now I was like, take it more serious, more like mature at the job place. And yeah, you can see like differences in a lot of shit. A lot of right. Even the way people react to you, you know, it's like they take you more serious. They don't fuck around with you. Right. They actually respect what you do, things like that.
I think it just comes with maturity at the end, you know.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it does. But,
all right. What are the topics?
You start. You go since I always start.
Yeah. I don't know. I was having a conversation with somebody. My topic is not controversial at all. My topic is more like, how can we, how can I put this? Somebody asked me, is Modric one of the greatest midfielders of all time, right? So like Real Madrid played this weekend or this week.
Luka Modric?
Yeah. Is he one of the greatest of all time? And you know, like, how can we use
one of the greatest midfielders?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
How can we use? I don't know. Like, my issue that I have is like when analyzing a player, you know, like especially on a team sport, how can you use team championships to like give that player, and I'm talking about in any sport. I'm not just talking about soccer, but like how can you use that as a metric, right? When, let's say, like if you're gonna use that means you can use it on anybody, right? Like you can use it on in any situation, right? So like, you know, like if we're gonna use championships as a metric, like that's what people are saying. Like, oh, Modric has won so many championships, you know, Champions League and stuff like that. Then does that mean that, for example, Pepe Reina, the goalkeeper, like the goalkeeper who has won a World Cup and 2 Euro Cups, make him better than like a goalie like Courtois? Like that's, you know, like if we're gonna use the metric of team championships, you know, like why Like, why do we do that on a team sport, for example? Like that's my whole thing. Like you can't use a team stat to defend a like a player, in my opinion. You know, I want to hear what you had to say. Like, how can we say, I don't know, like, oh well, Ronaldo's not the best because his team hasn't won anything, right? But like, there's 11 players, dude.
Yeah,
you know, like how can you judge that in that sense? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's tricky when it comes to judging one person by the team trophies and things like that, like you said. But I think it's easier like individual titles. But I think you can at a certain degree. Like, how much difference does that player make for the team throughout their way to the title? Because also you got to take in consideration, like, when it's like, I guess like La Liga, like European champions, like it's whoever acquires the most points. And how many games do they play throughout the whole season?
I think like throughout the whole season, I think there's 30 teams, so something like, I don't know,
like 60 games maybe.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like around like 50, 60 games. So like I'm pretty sure like none of those players play like all 60 games. It's like really rare. Either they get injured, they're on international break, or for whatever reason they don't play that like every single game. So I guess you would have to analyze. It would be harder because it's like, okay, yeah, he made a difference in the last 10 games of the season. So, but what about the rest of the season?
But then wouldn't the question also be like, well,
I think in key games, that's when, like, when it comes to like other leagues, like the Mexican League and the South American leagues, like when they have quarterfinals and playoffs and things like that, like those are the most important games in my opinion.
Right.
So it's like, do they make a difference there, or do they not? And then, I mean, I guess like you can judge them based on that.
But that's kind of weird, right? Because like you can't necessarily judge somebody off of one game or two games, like, because I don't know, the way that I see it, is like you can't judge, like you can't you can't say like this player is the best because he has won the most championships with this team. Like I don't feel like that's a metric that I would use. You know what I mean? Like the metric.
I mean, I agree with that. Like you can't say like, oh yeah, because they won like the World Cup, now like he's the best, or you know that makes him one of the best. And it's like, well, what if he was in the bench the whole game?
Yeah,
or why didn't he didn't even play one game?
Right, and then when you use that metric against them, like the biggest thing is like, for example, like Jordan, right? Like Michael Jordan's the best because he's won 6 championships, right? But then when you say like, well, so and so has won 11, they're like, well, no, you know, like, well, hold on, like, so does it now count or does it count? You know what I mean? Like, how does that function? Like, it only counts with yours, and then they always use like these weird like 6, like, oh well, Michael Jordan is 6-0. It's like, yeah, but that means that he only got there 6 times. That means that he wasn't good enough to take his team more than 6 times.
More than 6 times because he obviously played more than 6 seasons.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, that's my whole thing. Like, because, you know, they were like, well, do you agree with Modric being one of the best midfielders of all time? And I said, well, it depends on where you put him on the list and how you, like, I don't know. Like, do you put, like, well, Pirlo's won a World Cup. That fool was a fucking baller. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't know. You can like Redondo, the guy who played in Real Madrid. They won a bunch, and he was a midfielder. He never won a World Cup or anything like that, but he was a fucking baller. You know, you can go. Gattuso was a baller. Like what? Yeah. Pogba. You have all these like, but I'm naming 4 players, dude, and it's like I haven't even really got to like the real like Xavi, Iniesta. Yeah. You know, like you can get into like these
like the top of the top.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and how can you? Like how can you judge? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to judge. Like you said, like based on team's merits, like just one player. Because I mean, yeah, you can have that player, but if your forward doesn't score, if he sucks, then I mean, it doesn't serve you much. But I just think, to me, it would be like, how much difference does he make when he's in the field as compared to when he's not? Like right now, we see how much difference Benzema makes. Like in the Clásico versus Barcelona, like Madrid they had no attacking power at all. Mm-hmm. Just because he was missing, just one player. And then you see them in the pitch versus Chelsea, and they killed Chelsea.
But then it's an assumption. It's an assumption to make that Barcelona, like they would have played better against Barcelona. Like
they probably would have played better. Probably not beat them, but played better definitely. More attacking chances. I mean, they would have created more chances. You know.
The way that I explain it is like the way that I see, the way that I judge players when it comes to like individual players is what player, like let's say you're making a Sunday league team, right? Like what player would you pick first?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like let's say you had Pepe Reina. I'm talking about like at his prime, you know, like he was on the bench. I get it, but he was a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But like if you had Pepe Reina and Courtois, like you're gonna pick Courtois
of course.
all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if Pepe Reina won, you know,
whatever
6 World Cups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like that's like the metric that you use, right? Like for example, like if I had to pick between like I don't know Modric and somebody who plays a similar position, I may pick Modric, but I may pick the other player depending on who that player is. You know, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not looking at him and going, well, this player won 6, you know, Champions League. And it's like, no, I want the best player. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't care if they won 100 championships.
Yeah.
You know, because if the other guy is better, like if the other guy was put into that team, would that team still win the championships? You know, I don't know. It's just.
I think you can. I mean, you can, but because of marketing, that's why they do it. You know, they have to. Like, if you play in Madrid or in Barca, like, you're automatically considered. You have to be considered one of the best for whatever reason. As compared to, like, you play in a lower level team, then you might be good as fuck, but because you're not on the, how do you call it? You're not on the top tier team.
Yeah.
You're not looked at as like, oh, well, maybe.
It's the same conversation I have when it comes to like coaches, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the same conversation that I have because everybody's like, well, who's the best coach? Well, yeah, I mean Pep Guardiola, dude, but he also has like the best players and he's had the best players.
Yeah, that's what Nando always says. Like, okay, yeah, Pep's like, he's good, but put him in a team like, I don't know, like one of the Mexican teams that suck. Like, let's see how he does.
Right. And not only that, it's like I'm not. And also, like, if you judge, when I judge I'll give you an example. Right? Like when I judge a player, like I told you, like I'm judging their play ability, not if their team won or not. Like how well did they play? How well do they play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to a coach, it's like how well do you get your idea to your players, right? Like even if your team lost, the idea that you are putting forth, are they paying attention and are they trying to execute and really trying to play the style that you are, right?
That
so like, I'm not saying that Pep Guardiola should go to like a lower level team and then win everything. What I'm saying is, if he goes to that lower level team, can he get his idea to that point where they win games, but maybe they don't win the championship, but they win games?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that would make you a legit coach. Like if you get those lower level players to play the way that you want them to play. Even if you don't win, you're still a good coach because you're putting forth the idea.
Right.
You know?
You're a good coach, but you're not fulfilling the requirements of the club, I guess you can say.
Right.
Which is to win cups and to win titles or get European, how do you call it? Spots, like 1 through 3rd or whatever, 1 through 5th.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I kind of, like, of course, Pep Guardiola is, probably the best coach, and all of them always talk about it, but like, we also have to understand that, well, he's coach. Do you, like, okay, do you give more merit to someone like Simeone than someone like Pep Guardiola? Because Simeone, although Atletico Madrid, we're seeing Atletico Madrid now. Yeah. We're not seeing when he got him, right?
Yeah.
Like, the expectations that there are because of him.
Because of him now, yeah. Because he got to, like, 3 finals and like he won a league and things like that, yeah. Right. But before that, like they were not expected to do anything.
Right, and then it's like, so like if you give maybe not now because like now you're thinking, well, now they have money because they've won so much and they have this and they have that and all this like publicity because of their doing. But in my opinion, I think it's much more difficult what he did, right? I think, for example, what Pep did at Barcelona was much more difficult than what he has done at Bayern or at Man City. Because at Barcelona, like, they weren't, like, nobody was like, oh, Barcelona is legit. Like, he made them what they were, like the style of play, everything like that. Yeah, the players happened to be there, but no one talked about Xavi and Iniesta before Pep Guardiola. No one, you know what I mean? Like, it was after Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I give him credit in Barcelona, but after that, it's like, well, Bayern, he had the best players.
He
At
did,
Man City,
dude.
pretty much, he has the
He
best
has the best players.
Yeah,
So they have to play good. Fuck.
Right. I mean,
That's why, like, there's this coach in Mexico, in Puebla.
yeah.
And, I mean, Puebla is, like, one of the poorest teams in the Mexican League. And they got this coach, I don't know if he's Argentinian. I think he is Larcamón.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. And they're, like, in first place right now, or second place. They've only lost, like, one game. And they've been beating everybody. And, like, their team, like, they have, like, sucky players, so to speak.
Mm-hmm,
like, cheap players, you can say.
Right.
They don't have, like a top-of-the-line player.
Right.
And they've been beating everybody. And now everybody wants that coach. Because they're like, oh, yeah, the coach, he instilled this idea in their players, or the way he plays, the style, things like that. Like, look what he's doing with these players. Like, now imagine if you gave them good players.
Right.
So I think, yeah, there's that too. Like the Leicester City.
Yeah.
When they won the league and they didn't have, like, I mean, they didn't even expect to, they were expected to get relegated.
Right.
And they ended up winning the league.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy? The coach?
Claudio
Ranieri?
Ranieri,
Yeah. So there's that. But, I mean, in my opinion, I think, for my liking, I like Cholo Simeone. Because just his style of playing, like, now you see Atletico Madrid and you already know their style. Like, they're going to fight, like, 90 minutes of the game. If they defend, they're going to be one of the best defending teams. And, yeah, they're just going to give it their all. Like, you're not going to see one player, like, hesitate or be lazy. Like, none of that. You're going to see everybody with the same intensity. And that's because of the coach.
Yeah.
Like, every player, even Hector Herrera, the Mexican player,
Yeah.
you see him playing way different with Atletico than with Mexico. I feel like with Mexico, he relaxes, like, way too much. And he just slacks off and stuff. But you can't do that in Atletico because he'll bench your ass.
The idea is that he's convincing his players that what he believes is the correct way of doing it, and like Pep Guardiola does the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like they convince the players to believe that what they're saying is correct.
Yeah.
And one is a lot more beautiful or whatever it is, and the other one's a lot more like fight and things like that. And I think my whole thing is like I think it's harder to coach. I think there's a mix, right? When you get like a medium team, it's extremely difficult, right, to coach them because like you have medium style players, like middle class players kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it's also difficult to coach the really good players because like you're dealing with ego and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of the thing, but I feel like coaches, like for example, even before PSG, right? Because in Argentina they've always like, oh, Pochettino did good with so and so. When I watch his teams play, dude, Tottenham, I was like, I don't even know what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
dude.
like he doesn't have a defined style.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand. I was like, I don't think so, dude. Like I'm not talking about just now. I'm talking about when I watched him play. It's like, like I just don't get his style, But like Bielsa, for example, I love, dude. I love the way his teams play. He hasn't won almost nothing, dude, in his career, except for I think one time or a couple times in Argentina and shit like that. And then of course he brought up Leeds United but like just the style of play, the way he is, it's like. I enjoy it, dude. It's like it's not always about winning. It's also about
like Mourinho. Remember Mourinho?
Yeah.
His style was just like park the bus. Yeah. We'll get one goal, and he won back-to-back Champions League. What else did he win? I think that's it. And the leagues, he won leagues, but Champions
and then he got
League.
to Real Madrid, and he's like, I guess supposedly I'm supposed to play.
Oh yeah,
like, let's play, and then they would get smashed like 4-0 against.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
so where do you put Modric in top 5? Do you put him in top 5 of all time? Top 10? I can't put him in top 10 either.
No, I don't know.
There's way too many players that were way better. I think it's because, the whole Modric thing, I think is because of his age and how well he has been performing in the past, I guess, 2 years. Like, super good. Like, he's been, like, and he's already 36. And you don't expect shit from a 36-year-old midfielder.
I think we get like in I don't know what you call it. Like we get in the point where like because it's so recent, like we have to be like, oh, he has to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And same shit happened with Ribery when he had like good year, and they're like, oh yeah, he's definitely like top 10, one of the best players, and it's like, nah, he just had a good year. Same thing with Robin. Yeah. Remember Robin? He went to Madrid and nothing happened. He ended up back at Bayern and he killed it. But yeah, there's those players that had their good years. I mean, and I think it's the same shit in every sport, like team sport. Yeah, those players in basketball that are like prospects, and then like what's that guy that was in the Lakers? The ball guy? Oh no, Lonzo Ball.
Oh, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, like
bald guy.
Yeah, they're like, you know, this guy's gonna be good. And he's like nobody talks about him anymore.
Yeah. Well, he's really good. He was playing the Bulls and got fucking hurt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he's not like a
you know.
Same shit with football, things like that. I think you have those players, and then they have the good years, and then if they keep up like more than a year, 2 years, 3 years, and that's when you have to like consider putting them up there, you know.
I think there's just like so many players that we like forget about that. I don't know, you know. And also like are we talking about like a midfielder can also be a creative midfielder?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, are you gonna put him above creative midfielders? I don't know. I have a bias.
Not only that, but also because, I mean, soccer has changed so much. Like, you don't have that number 10 anymore.
Yeah. But, like, all the number 10s, all of them that I can think of, I would put over Modric.
Yeah.
Riquelme, Ronaldinho.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, all of them that I can think of, I would put over Modric.
Modric is like a mix, right? Defensive, attacking.
Well, he's what they call now the box-to-box guy. So, like, he's much closer to, like, a Pogba, you know, like... you know, like before it was...
I guess in the past 2 years, you can put him top 5. With players within the past... Even the 5 years, I guess you can say. You can put him up there with, like, Kante, Pogba... I can't think right top... Kimmich. I don't know if Kimmich is a midfielder.
Yeah, he is.
Because he plays all these positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put him up there with all those guys.
I don't know, dude. I think it's too difficult to just be like...
But yeah, it's bullshit just to say like, oh yeah, he's the best because he won the World Cup and he won the Champions League and he won this and that, you know? Because he didn't play every single game, and I doubt he made a difference in every single game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like you can talk about like Fabregas at Arsenal, but older than that, Patrice Vieira, like he was he like. Ballers, you know what I mean? I mean, you have like Aymar, who played forever at Valencia, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bunch of
shitload of players, that you can put, but just because it's recent, I think we have a recency bias. Yeah. You know. And
then also the older people have oh well, so and so is better. You know, because I watched them play. Yeah. You know, like the people who watch Pelé play, or the people who watch, you know, Maradona play, for example, is like, no, Maradona is better. Like my dad's like, Maradona is better than Messi. And it's like, bro, you watch Maradona play and you watch Messi play, it's the same player, dude. Yeah. It's like exactly the same.
I know.
You know, it's like the only difference is like Maradona was a lot more like he would dive, and he was a lot more like let's go, guys. You guys can fucking do it. You know.
Yeah. Just attitude was different.
Yeah, like he's just different. Like Messi's a lot closer to like Riquelme. Riquelme was like, you know, like when he celebrated goals, he wouldn't smile. It was just like, oh, I scored a goal. Let's move on. You know what I mean? And it's like, and you know, like he never had like the let's go, like we gotta do it. And Maradona was, the thing is like Maradona is a lot more what we call like Argentinian. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Messi's not very like that way.
It's more Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's.
I think because of that and his attitude, that's what kind of like held him back from like surpassing Maradona, I guess.
In Argentina,
in people's eyes, yeah. But in terms of football, I mean, I haven't seen Maradona's videos much. I've seen his style of play, but I've watched Messi play, and Messi was just, I don't know, dude. Like the way he dribbled and everything.
They watch
and just like I said, soccer has evolved, and defenders have gotten much more versatile and much more better than before.
Yeah, I think so.
And now it's like, well, he still takes them on, you know. Yeah. So
it's hard. Just go watch highlights of, like, just look up Maradona dribbling, dude, and it's like the way Messi plays. It's literally the same. Yeah, you know, left foot, everything, dude. It's like, and it's like, the difference is that he had, you know, and he won the World Cup, so like you can't, you know, like, well, Maradona never won a Copa America, which is. You know, it's like, well, we can go back and forth all day.
Or champions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know? So
or treble.
Yeah, or just anything.
Yeah.
Just the World Cup, basically. Yeah. I mean, he took on Napoli from being shit, which is,
But still, I mean, did they ever win a league or champions?
I think so, yeah, when he was there. Yeah.
But not champions.
He was a fucking... No, I don't know.
Well, there was no champions. It was Europa League.
He was a fucking baller, dude.
Yeah.
He was a baller, dude. And they, it's like, how can I judge... First of all, I never seen Pelé play. But I know that the defenders, like when I watch the highlights, the way they defend, dude, it's like, dude, how?
Yeah.
Like
they would just throw themselves at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like fuck, dude, I could probably be able to play in those times. Yeah, dude. But so Modric's not on top 10.
Also, like, what is fucking? I don't know. I think so. He might be, dude. Man, I don't think
he's top 10. I don't think so.
No,
he's good. Like he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like a Ronaldinho good. Or a Riquelme good.
I don't know.
Or Cuauhtémoc Blanco good.
But they're different. I mean, yeah, like they're different because it's like it's creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Look, yeah, I don't know. But also, fucking Madrid is like off and on. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah,
dude?
I know. They are. I don't know, dude. I don't know. They need to fucking renew a lot of the players. They need to get rid of some players and renew their whole fucking midfield.
They might get out of it. They might get out of this. But I don't know if they'll get much farther than this. Maybe, dude.
Well, they beat Chelsea 3-1, and I don't know who they're gonna go up against if they beat Chelsea. It's after semis or no quarter?
Yeah, I don't know, quarters. I think I don't know.
Oh yeah, quarters because they beat PSG in eighths. This is quarters, so they'll go to semis, and that's when it gets hard. Either Man City,
Atletico Madrid.
No, because they're playing each other.
Who?
Atletico Madrid and Man City.
Yeah, well, it depends who wins, dude.
Oh, well, yeah, either Man City, Atletico Madrid, or Bayern, or...
Villarreal, no?
Yeah, but the teams that I see beating Madrid is just Man City, Bayern. Even Atletico giving them a fucking fight. Other than that, I don't see other teams beating Madrid. But I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see.
But, yeah, dude, so we missed last week. Fuck, last week was fun, man. Yeah, so we missed last week because I was helping one of my bitch-ass homies move out. So I had to help him out, and then we took a while. But, yeah, that's why we couldn't do the podcast.
All right. What's your topic?
Fuck, I forgot. Well, yeah, it was last week, dude. The whole Will Smith thing. What do you think about that? Dude, I'm not going to lie. At first, and I know it's kind of played out, like people heard it everywhere. Mm-hmm. And that's how, like, the news keep talking about it. Like, like for a fucking, what was it, 2 weeks already? 2 weeks, they, like, nonstop talking about it. That's how you know that news is, like, it's shit. If they have nothing to talk about but just Will Smith and everything else connected to Will Smith. And it's like, what happened to the war in Ukraine? What happened to COVID, like, variant? And it's like, oh, no, Will Smith and Jada and Chris Rock and, like, every little thing, like, fucking connects back to Will Smith.
They also have a new, I don't know, the Black Justice that got.
Oh, the court chick. I heard good thing. I mean, the good thing is apparently that she's black. And
no, she has a lot. Like
obviously, if you're in the Supreme Court, you have to have there's a lot of requirements.
Yeah, dude, but in the sense of like where she is at compared to what the other people did before,
she has more experience, right?
Way more. Dude.
Yeah.
From the list that I saw, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of fucked up, dude. Before we get to the Will Smith shit, it's like to like the Republicans just like all the shit that they just attacked, and it's like, dude, she has like more qualifications than any of the other ones that are there, dude. That's kind of fucked up. Like, I get it, dude. I understand.
And there's not. I mean, the Democrats are smart because she's black, and they're like, oh well, if they attack her for whatever, we can just call them racist. That's how you make someone radioactive. You call them racist, and that's it. Yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of I heard a lot of good things. I just haven't looked at the whole like everything she's done, like good and bad. I know there's some pros and cons, and I just haven't looked at the bad, I guess. I know there's some. I had heard, I forgot where, one of the podcasts. I'm talking about that she was against something.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know, dude. I don't know enough about her. But I just was bringing it up because it was something that happened this week. But
yeah, the whole Will Smith, dude. I thought it was at first, honestly, like at first when I seen it trending, I was like, this shit's fake. It got to be fake.
I still think it's fake.
I was like, it's got to be acted out. I was like, because the Oscar, like who the fuck watches the Oscars? Mm-hmm. like no ratings. Nobody gives a shit about the Oscars. Like nobody gives a shit about a bunch of people telling you like this movie was good because we say so. You know, nobody ever even hardly watches movies now. Like we have Netflix and all those other streaming services. So it's like, well, how do we get ratings? Well, you know, let's pull this shit off and then whatever. But that's what I thought at first. It was fake. But then after like everything that's happening and everything that's like going on, I was like, damn, I don't think it was fake. Well, it seems like it wasn't fake after all. It was just, well, what do you think about it? We're a little behind on it,
out, yeah, but
I wanted to get perspectives out.
I thought it was fake too, dude. But then as the weeks went on, I just fuck around and say that it's fake, and it still kind of looks fake. Like it was like, oh well,
like
I get more ratings
yeah.
and shit. But I just think it was stupid, dude. I think both were wrong. Like I think both of the guys were wrong in my opinion. And second, like Will Smith was way worse than what Chris did.
But what do you think? Why do you think Chris Rock was wrong?
I have I think I don't know. It's just kind of like I don't think the joke was bad. I just think like with the joke, I do understand like it's a G.I. Jane joke because and she always had her hair short, right? But the difficulties of like a disease, or an illness like attacking you,
Yeah,
it's kind of I don't know, like it's like I think what I think it is actually, dude. I think the setting of like the Oscars becoming like a comedy thing is like, dude, why is that a thing? Like, you know what I mean? That's my whole thing. I think if that joke was said like in a comedy show, like a legit comedy
or a roast or something.
Yeah, like in a legit comedy show where it's like he's up there doing a stand-up. Yeah, I have no problem with it, dude. Honestly.
But I think that's why they do it, because so they can have more ratings, like kind of like a mini clip of like a comedian. I think they used comedians before too.
Right, but in this climate, in this situation, like I think what really happens is, in my opinion, is like making fun of somebody's illness in that situation, right? Something that's not a choice, is in my opinion wrong to do, because it's not the setting. Like if you're saying it in a comedy show because that's the setting, like she showed up to that comedy show, she showed up to your show, and you made fun of her. Well, that's what is supposed to happen, basically,
Yeah.
But in the Oscars, that was my whole biggest thing. Like I have no problem with the joke. I mean, the joke was funny, and I don't even think it was more like her hair being short rather than her, her illness, But I don't know, like just the setting. I don't find the setting.
But that was the purpose of him like being there, right? Because like I said, they like past years they've had comedians, and it's like a mini roast, like a mini fucking clip, like whenever they're up there, like somebody's gonna get roasted, right? And they knew that he was gonna be up there. I mean, they probably didn't know they were gonna be roasted, and from what I understand, he didn't know that she had the whatever she has now. Yeah. It was just, I think neither one of them was wrong, neither Chris nor Will.
No, I think
because like you said,
there's no way, dude.
Hold on. Because one, Chris Rock, he's a comedian, and you said it. The key word is a joke. He was making a joke, and like Andrew Schultz says, what's the purpose of a comedian making a joke? It's never to cause harm or ill intent. It's always to get a laugh out of people. So that was his intent. So he's a comedian. He's gonna do what he does. He was just doing he was just performing his craft. And on the other side, I don't think Will is wrong, because like I said, you can say whatever fuck you want, but you can't tell somebody how to react to whatever you say. Right. There's consequences.
Yeah, but like,
and there's also consequences to what Will Smith did. And the consequences are being, they're going on right now. We just seen he got banned for 10 years from the Oscars. I don't know if he gives a fuck or not. But those are the consequences. So, I don't know. Like I say, you can't tell somebody how to react. So that's why I say I don't think neither one was wrong. But yeah, I think Will Smith went a little overboard. But
yeah, I think Will Smith was.
Do you think he did it like, because when he says it, like he smirks, but then when he looks at Jada, he's like, oh fuck, you know, like she doesn't look happy, and that's when he flips out, and then everybody like I heard a lot of people saying like, oh, it's mental illness, like you know he's breaking and things like that. So it's like
yeah, that's what the guys on Flagrant 2 said. We're talking about too.
Then the other one, the Brilliant Idiots. Yeah, and then I think on Rogan too, something like that, like mental illness, like you know he's been under so much pressure, and it's like, well, when is it mental illness and when is it not? You know?
Yeah. Whenever.
So like when
they want it to be, I guess.
Yeah. So, because I mean, is it okay to slap somebody? You know?
Dude. I think they were. Look,
is violence okay as long as you're mental ill?
Yeah. I think they were both wrong, and I'm pushing it on Chris Rock. I don't think he was like. He was like very, very like small amount wrong because he's up there to do
it. Was a
joke.
light joke, like it was a because she's always had short hair, right? Like always. Like you can even tell that she has a alopecia shit.
Yeah.
And he didn't know, so it was like,
look, this is what I'm saying is I think the joke very, very, very like I'm like in like that he shouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Like very like he's tippy-toed in. You know what I mean? Like It's not like he's way in there and it was completely wrong. I think what Will Smith did is 100% wrong. Like there is no justification. There's a justification for being upset. There's a justification for saying, "Hey, I'll talk to you after." Going up there and be like, "Hey, stop talking about it, dude. I'll talk to you after about what the fuck's going on." You know what I mean? But to hit somebody, no.
Like he just blew up.
Yeah, I think he's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Now the only reason the only reason is I think a joke, right, should be about stuff. Now, a joke should be about whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it should be about stuff that you can control. You know what I mean? Like, it is very hard, you know, in this setting. At a comedy show, joke about whatever the fuck you want, you know, and get the consequences that you get, you know. But in that setting, I think it should be a lot more of like what Ricky Gervais does, which is like talk shit about the choices that they make, right? But that's where I think it's like in that setting.
Well, that's what it was. That's from what I see. That's what it was from the shit they do, because she likes to have her hair short. Yeah. So he didn't know that she had alopecia. So in his mind, he's like, she likes to have her hair short, so I want to make fun of her making that choice. Right. And
do you think he would have made that joke knowing that he had?
I don't think he would have. Because it's like making like a joke out of like, I don't know, Down syndrome or any other disease. Yeah, that's you can, and I like them, but you know, there's a setting like not at the Oscars.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I like Ricky Gervais. Like maybe I'm wrong, but like the jokes that I remember Ricky Gervais doing when he was up there, you know, not this year, but when he was like hosting it, are all about things that are choices that they make. Like, you guys want to come over here talking about shit? Like, you did what Harvey, like, you chose to do it, you know, and let shit happen.
Well, that's why I said, you know, that's why I think Chris Rock took the same route, because he's like, you chose to come in here with your hair short. Yeah. Well, he didn't know that she had alopecia.
If he doesn't know and we can verify that he didn't know.
Yeah, like it's like Charlemagne said it. Like he for sure didn't know. Like he didn't know. Like he wasn't aware of it.
Yeah. So if that's the case, dude, the joke I have zero problem with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like zero. In that setting, and I have no problem. Like I told you, like it wasn't even like a harsh joke overall. You know.
But that's why I said, you think he reacted? I don't think he reacted at all because he wanted to defend his wife. But I don't think that was the issue. But I think it was more like his ego. Like he's being like, I mean, she cheated on him, the whole entanglement thing, and then like, yeah, maybe there's a lot of pressure on him and things like that, and he's been under a lot of controversy or whatever. And there's at one point like he's gonna make fun of her, and you're the laughing stock, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, and he's gonna pick on the little guy, like they said. I mean, you think he would have done it if it was somebody else?
No,
like if The Rock would have made that joke.
No, I don't think so. Man.
Like, or you know, somebody that would have stood up to him. You think he did it because he knew Chris Rock wasn't gonna do anything?
I don't think so either. I don't think he did it solely because he knew that Chris Rock wasn't
homies and he wasn't gonna do anything back.
I don't think so, dude.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think like in that moment he laughed and then he saw Jada's reaction and all the shit like that's been happening just like fucking boom right to his head,
like
dude. And
that was like the last straw.
And he didn't say like, oh, that's that's so and so who said it, and
Yeah.
also like Chris Rock has made jokes about Jada before, like about when they like boycotted the Oscars and shit, some shit.
Oh
like that.
yeah.
And he said some shit like, well, you weren't even invited, so I don't know the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. I remember that.
But
that's what I mean. So do you think he did it? Like he blew up the way he did because it was Chris Rock and he knew he wasn't doing nothing, or even if he was, he knew he could beat his ass.
Nah. I don't think
No,
so.
I think he would have done it if somebody else would have been there.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I think he would have reacted a little different. I don't think he would have gone so far to slapping that person.
Yeah, maybe, dude. But I don't think like that was the reason he slapped him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the reason was like all the shit coming together and then fucking.
That was the last straw. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. But what do you think about the ban? The 10-year ban?
I don't
Think he gives a shit?
Well, he probably does, but I don't.
But that's the thing, man. The fucking. Okay, now 2 weeks after, you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna ban him for 10 years, and it's like, dude, why didn't you do anything at that moment?
You know what I think is fucked up? That I think that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Schultz saying. He was like, if that happens at any event, like if somebody slaps you or slaps somebody like at a boxing match at any event, you're gonna get kicked out. Even at a club, you're gonna get kicked out. Like, there's like immediately, and then this is the Oscars, like one of the biggest stages.
I completely agree.
And it's nobody, they didn't do nothing. They didn't kick him out. Like they still gave him an award. They let him stay. He didn't even apologize to Chris Rock on there. And it's like, so
that I completely.
And now 2 weeks later, you're like, oh yeah, you're banned.
I completely
like, come on,
agree with that shit.
Yeah, I think that was horrible, dude.
But I don't know. I think it's all like all the fucking elite,
And
people.
I don't think Chris Rock should have apologized either. Because like you said, that was a joke. Maybe after, or maybe he found out after that she had that, and he felt bad. That's why he apologized. But not. I hope he didn't apologize for making that joke.
No.
But after, because he found out that she had alopecia, and he's like, oh yeah, it's fucked up. Because that was, I mean, at first I was like, damn, like, because of Will not getting punished at all, that was like a big L for comedians. Because it's like, damn, you're pretty much saying like.
Also, that's, dude, like, I don't know if I heard Schultz say it, dude, but I also heard Rogan say like, oh, well, I get like not pressing charges. Fuck that shit, dude. Fucking press charges,
dude.
Fuck that, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like they were like, well, it's like don't do that. It's like, nah, fuck that, dude. Like if I was a comedian, I would be like, dude, go fucking press charges because this is setting a bad precedent. Like, oh, I don't like the joke.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's a big L for comedians because it's like, oh, now if somebody doesn't like that joke, they could just beat your ass and nothing's gonna happen.
The bigger L is comedians coming out saying, nah, he shouldn't have pressed charges. We understand. Nah, they should have came out and all said, nah, fuck that. Press charges on that motherfucker, dude.
Because if somebody at a comedy show beats your ass, you're going to press charges on them.
Yeah, just because it's Will.
But just because it's Will. That's what I mean. Do you think he didn't get kicked out or nothing at that moment because he was Will Smith?
Fuck yeah.
And they knew he was going to get an Oscar? Because if he wasn't, I guarantee you, they probably would have kicked him out.
Okay, listen. This is... right.
This is black privilege, bro.
No. This is what I'm going to say. He did not get kicked out. One, because it was one. I think it was a shock. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
I understand that. Two, because it wasn't. It was a black guy hitting a black guy.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
those are the two reasons.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
It was a black guy
hitting
a black guy.
Yeah,
if it was a black guy hitting a white guy. If it was a white guy hitting a black guy, that guy would have been out.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm 100. Yeah. Whatever fucking way you want to do it. If it was a black guy hitting a white guy, if it was a white guy hitting a black guy, the fucking guy who hit him would have been out.
Yeah.
I think the biggest factor was the shock. The shock was like, oh well, oh fuck, like what?
But even people clapping after, bro, for Will Smith or cheering him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, like now it's cool to hit people. Just because, like, like
then,
you said.
And then people who came out and said like, "Oh, well, it's cool to hit people," and everybody was like, "Yeah, well, that's what he fucking gets for talking." It's like, dude, that's a fucking ridiculous shit.
That's stupid, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I was hearing another take on it. It was that was like very degrading to Chris Rock because like it was a slap, you know. And he's like, that's like in the back in slavery. Right. That's how the masters would hit the slaves. They would slap them.
But
I mean, I don't know. I don't think he thought about that, but yeah, just the fact that he smacked him, like he didn't even punch him or push him, like he smacked him. It's like, damn, dude.
They were both wrong, but fucking Will Smith is like 300 times wrong.
I don't think neither one was wrong.
And I think
Will Smith just went a little overboard, but
fuck no, way overboard. Not a little, way overboard.
No, way overboard is the school shooters. Those just go way overboard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a little too overboard, dude.
Well, I think those are gonna be the two topics, cause.
But yeah, I had something else, dude. Let me remember.
Well, unfortunately, we have no battery in the recording thing.
Hold on.
So it's about to die right now.
All right, hold on. Real quick. Remember when you were talking about the whole Querétaro thing? The whole brawl, the Mexican League brawl? Okay, so I knew there was something else like behind the whole shit.
Go ahead.
So apparently the organized crime was behind the whole shit. Like the narco community was involved in everything. So there's this beef going on with the cartel from Guadalajara. That's where Atlas is from.
Yeah.
And versus a guy from a cartel from Mexico City.
Yeah.
Which Querétaro is pretty close to Mexico City. So they had this beef, and apparently the porra from Atlas, a lot of like a certain piece of it is sponsored by that guy from Guadalajara, from the cartel. So this guy from Querétaro sent his people so they can ambush them at Querétaro. Yeah, so they were all like, most of them were paid, including the security, quote unquote. They were all paid by the cartel from Mexico City, and that's why they're like fucking animals, because they weren't even watching the game, nothing. They were just gonna go for fucking beat up people, like kill people, pretty much.
God damn it.
Yeah, so that, I mean, it's not gonna come out on the news. They're not gonna say it because it's bad reputation for Mexico.
So there was
World
a motive.
Cup. Yeah, there's a motive. Yeah, that's the motive. The whole beef between both of them, and they used that shit as the scenario to carry it out. Which is fucking crazy, but
then why would they hit the families and shit like that? That's fucked up, man.
They just wanted to fucking send out. I mean, I don't know, prove a point, I guess. That's fucked up. Yeah, but yeah, dude. So I was like, God damn, that's crazy.
Where did you find this out?
Videos. I'll send you the video. There's a video. Yeah, and they break it down and they say how like the team Querétaro, it has affiliations with the cartel too, like money flowing in is part of the cartel. I'm pretty sure a lot of the teams.
Every team probably has it.
Yeah. You know? I mean, fucking Chelsea, you know? It's fucking Abramovich, fucking Putin's right-hand man. Yeah. Like they were trying to poison him, supposedly. Yeah. He just had food poisoning, dude. That's it. Yeah, dude, have you seen about that?
No, yeah, I did see that about that.
But it was nothing major.
They said no. They were like, no.
He just had like a glitch in his eye for like a couple minutes. And he's like, oh, they tried to poison me.
That's some crazy... Look, I know the fucking battery's gonna die, but that's some fucking crazy medieval shit, dude.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It's like, dude, this is why Russia can never beat the U.S. Look at the shit they're doing. They're doing fucking things from like the 1600s. Yeah. Poisoning somebody? Like, come on, bro.
Like, you could have just walked in there and shot the motherfucker.
Fucking get a drone and shoot that motherfucker. Like fucking the Iran guy.
That's what the guys on Flagrant 2 were saying.
Yeah, that shit was fucking funny, dude.
Look, guys, this is gonna be my plug. I highly recommend. I watched Flagrant 2, dude. And the first, you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Which one?
But no, just the first 5 minutes of every episode where fucking Andrew Schultz has like 5 minutes of fucking jokes.
Watch the first 5 minutes of the Will Smith one. Damn, he goes fucking hard on Jada.
And you know which one it is because he's wearing a knight's armor. Yeah, that shit is funny, dude. And then
the one right now that he's gonna be president. Because Rogan said that he would be nice for president.
Yeah,
that one's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of that one are fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, that one's funny, dude. How much battery we got left?
Nothing at all. That's it. It's over.
Nothing?
50 minutes. Hey, that's good, though, because we got to keep it kind of short. You know, maybe
so
we
that's
can
it? Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So no more battery?
No, well, it's about to die right now.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.